Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It is episode number 417 of the show. It is March the 10th, 2023, 2:30 p.m. That's right, it's Friday, and today is Mario Day. And what I decided to do for Mario Day, I'm going to go to the top of Shenanigan charts. It's another episode, I forget, it's probably 2 or 3 or 4, fourth edition of the show, of the segment of top of the Shenanigan charts, where I give out my top 10, top 20, 15, 20, 30, 35, and it all depends, personal favorite things. And since today is Mario Day, I have decided to pull out my personal top 10 favorite Mario games of all time. Now, I did a list, and I did a list. I'm going to read off the list, but I will show you the list afterwards, and I'm going to try to show it off there. So what we're going to do is kind of basically, I'm trying to organize things here to accordingly. So I'm going to organize things accordingly here, so I can do things accordingly here, and in between and everything. So and so that is going to be the way it's going to be. So I'm hoping to do this, and I'm organizing things because I do have the actual box version, except for one, obviously, and I'm trying to get them with that version. So we're going to get ready to go here. So we're going to start at number 10. I'm checking out the list here, and I will show you off the list. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. You get to play play the Wii U versions of the Super Mario Bros. U and the Super Luigi U, and you get Toadette. You get to play Toadette, the female Toad who transforms into Peachette. So this was number 10 on the charts of my personal top 10 favorite Mario games of all time, since today is Mario Day. So I'm going to try and make sure I showed it to you. So this is Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. That's number 10 on the list. Number 9, I don't have the box, but I do have the disc for it right here. It is the Mario Kart Wii. Why do I like Mario Kart Wii? One word, Daisy Cruise. That's my favorite track. And the Coconut Mall was in it as well. So those two of my favorite tracks in the Wii version of Mario Kart. So there it is right there, Mario Kart Wii. And it is my favorite Mario game. This is the games involving Mario, right? Involving Mario. Okay, number 8. Number 8, Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3. Now, you've been wondering, why is this low down your list? Well, this was my lifelong dream of having the Super Mario Bros. 3 being in a handheld console. That way, if I decided to visit my back in the day, if I wanted to visit my grandparents up in when they were living in Lakeville at the time and all that, I would bring this with me. I would bring the Game Boy, and I would bring this with me if I get really bored, or I can sit outside and enjoy nature, and at the same time, just, you can play a little game and relax. Hear the birdies tweet, and you can hear the bloops and bleeps and all that. And sometimes it annoys your parents. Sometimes it annoys my parents that, you get, hey, you got your nose into your games. And I said, well, I can enjoy nature and do this instead of staying inside the house on a beautiful day. I figured I enjoyed the beautiful day, nice picnic or whatnot, or a cookout. And, and also the e-reader levels are pretty wild too. So You can play this on the Switch now as well, so I'm really excited about that. So that's number 8. Number 7, Super Mario Land. I mean, whether when you battle sphinxes in Egypt and you can use shoot 'em up levels. The first time a shoot 'em up is in a Mario game, so this is number 7 on the list of my personal top 10 favorite Mario games of all time. Reason why is because the bosses are different. You get Princess Daisy made her debut and whatnot, so it is something to it's a cool Mario game. On the first ever Mario game on the regular Game Boy, even though Tetris came with it, this should have been coming with it. But, you got ancient ruins, giant crabs, Koopa Troopas, flying stoneheads, hungry sharks await you. New World Adventure, that's what it says here. I didn't see any giant crabs, I'm afraid. I think spiders are in the game as well. But this was really cool. The pyramids, you get to play the first level is the pyramids, which I think was pretty cool. So that's number 7 on the list. Number 6. Number 6, Super Mario All-Stars. So I put Super Mario World, but Super Mario All-Stars, though, and Super Mario World would be number 11 if I had a top 15. But Super Mario All-Stars, when the graphics of all, the Mario games are advanced, plus the lost levels for the very first time. So, for the very first time ever, the lost levels. Now, I realized that Versus Super Mario Brothers should be on the list. It would be part of my top 15 if I had a top 15. But Versus Super Mario Brothers is a combination of some of the levels that you see in the NES version and the lost levels. So you combine them both, and you get the lost levels. You get the arcade versus Super Mario Brothers. But Super Mario All Stars, when the graphics are enhanced, what Super Mario Brothers look like in 16-bit version, and this is what you get here. So it's it's really, really cool. Super Mario All Stars, Super Mario 2. So that's number 6. Number 5 is Super Mario Advance. You play Super Mario Bros. 2. Now the cool thing about this version of Super Mario Bros. 2 is that you get points, actual points. Now in the regular Super Mario Bros. 2 for the NES, you don't get any points and all that. It doesn't tell you how many lives you got. Doesn't like usually like the old school scoreboard. So what world you're at, and in this version it does. And you hear Charles Martinet's voice in this for the very. I think you hear his voice in Super Mario 64, but might I digress? This is one of my favorite, one of my favorite Mario games. Super Mario Advance. When it first came out, I'm like, oh, I'm really excited about it. So that is number 6, and number 5 on the list. Number 4, Mario Kart 64. Another one of my favorites. That's really got me to. This is one of my. This is what really got me into Mario Kart racing. I thought, Super Mario Kart was not kind of speed, but when I played this, it looked a whole lot better, and it had a lot of fun. And I played as Toad in this one because Toad was like smaller and faster. But Mario Kart 64 is one of my favorites. You get to play it on the Nintendo 64 online for the Switch. It's really, really super cool. And Mario Kart 64, one of my favorites. One of my favorites, Mario Kart Racing. So that's number 4. Number 3. We're down to the top 3 now. Number 3, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Right, remember, we have extra. And there's new Feather and Boo in the game as well. And not only that, there is more tracks, more modes and features, and you got new faces, and came out with the DLC booster course packs, and I am really excited about this, and this is really cool. And then the newest tracks have come out, which is totally awesome, and they just recently came out Wave 4. I tried out Wave 4 yesterday. Can't wait to play this tomorrow for the Saturday Shenanigan K. You're going to like the new tracks I come up with. But like I said, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and it is deluxe. It lives up to the deluxe name. Let me tell you, it is a lot of fun. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, that's number 3. Number 2 is Super Mario Maker 2. You get to create your own Mario levels. Super Mario Maker 1's pretty good, but when you add more stuff into it, it's really, really cool. With Super Mario 3D World, you get to be demented. When I saw the Porcupuffers, I said, I'm going to town on this one because they are scary and big. But you know what? That's what having a lot of fun. You get to play as Link, and you get to play as Link, which is really, really super cool. The Super Mario Land Mario, Super Ball Mario. Yeah, there's nothing cool like Super Mario Land. The Super Ball can let you catch coins and all that, and not only just kill bad guys. But this version here is really cool. You get the power block and everything else, and it is really, really cool. So Super Mario Maker 2, that's number 2. Now, drum roll please for my number 1 all-time personal favorite Mario game from the top 10. Super Mario Brothers 3. Now you're thinking you have Super Mario Advance 4. It's a little bit more advanced version. But Super Mario Brothers 3 was the original. And I got this game for Christmas back in 1990. It came out in February 1990. Now, technically, this was the last game this came out in the 80s in Japan. But it took 2 years later to get it out. Because I think in 88, also Super Mario Brothers 2 came out in the States. But this came out in the States in 1990. Really, the coolest Mario game ever. I will never forget just unwrapping this in Christmas time. And here's a little story about this. I know exactly where my mother got this for Christmas for me, and in Hope, because this was a funny story. I have to tell the story because I think it's hilarious. Me and my brother Tyler was 2. My sister Cora was 4 at the time. I was a teenager. So my mother took the 3 of us, and we had a friend named Gina. And we took hunting her 2 sons to go Christmas shopping. We went to Ann and Hope when it was open at the mall in Dartmouth at the time. This is back in 1990. So when we went to Ann and Hope, we decided to go our separate ways. And so Mom goes, okay, I'll go one way, you go the other way. So my friend Gina followed me because she used to be my counselor for the after-school program that she used to have, and then she started going to our church. And her and my mom have been great friends ever since. Been great friends. We have not, ever since. But my friend Gina left the church, and I think was it a year after. I think a year after because the church split. So at that time, we haven't contacted much since then. She has a Facebook. Gina has a Facebook. I'm friends with her and whatnot. We still come in contact once in a while. Anyways, so I decided, I'm going to go to the video games section. But the funniest part was, so Gina followed me to the video game section. Okay? Little did I know my mother was there. And then my mother looked at me and she got this wide eye. She was shocked that I was going to be there. And she slapped me on the arm a couple times. Eric, I'm going to bash you one. I did not know. And it was in front of a bunch of people. And I was I was a teenager. I'm like, holy crap, I got to get out of here. Let's go to the toy section, Gina. Go to the toy section, quickly. I felt like going, yeah, I don't know this lady. She crazy, I was going to say something. And now, I would have had a couple of choices. One, I would have cried and say, she hit me. Or I would have well, instead I'm like, but I didn't know she was going to be there. I'm like, holy crap, I didn't know you were going to be here, Mom. Sorry. And my friend Gina was laughing at the whole thing. I'm like, let's get out of here. I was a little embarrassed. I'm like, let's get out of here. I did not know. And then when we got to checkout line, and I kind of saw this in the bag like this, and I kind of almost going to recognize it. And she's like, Eric, you have to go in the car. You have to wait in the car. I'm like, crap. So in a way, I saw this, but I did not dare tell my mother because I want her to feel happy. So yeah. And I got this for Christmas. So it's a funny story, but at the same time, like, it was hilarious. But just It was the most hilarious thing ever, man. It was just totally bizarre, to say the least. But nevertheless, this was the game that she bought me for Christmas, and it's my number one favorite all the time. I got so excited to the point my dad told me to calm down. It was really cool. I think my friend Josh next door came over and decided to join on the fun. I remember first seeing this game on the Play Choice 10 arcade. Remember that? Back in the day, if you don't know, look it up. Nintendo Play Choice 10 arcade. And I saw this, and my friend Josh taught me how to play. I'm like, holy crap! You can fly, the raccoon. My favorite power up in this game, especially, is the Hammer Brothers suit, man. So it is super cool. So this is my all-time favorite Mario game of my top 10 personal favorites. So if you want to check out the list, here's the list, man. Here's the list. I put that together. So it is the list right here. So that is all the time we have on the show. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Episode 417 of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977. And it's the top of the Shenanigan charts. And I get to show up. Since today is Mario Day, these are my top 10 favorite Mario games of all time, as you saw. So I will see you guys around. And until the next episode comes rolling around, tonight is SmackDown. And then you got AEW Rampage and NXT Level Up, followed by tomorrow Saturday Shenanigan Kingdom. I'm going to try to wake up early tomorrow morning to get that done and over with. All right, then. So I'll see you guys later. And until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, please take us home.
That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production. And in association with A Sweet Bowl for Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.